For women, I am so excited to have my next guest. I'm really excited right now. I'm doing this whole series where I'm reaching out to amazing women in different communities, different parts of the country, and different parts of the world. And this show is really about women who've built something real, where they're headed next. And today I have my very special guest Asha Agarwal, and she is with Inspired New Homes. You know, it's interesting to me because I've been in real estate for a long time, as you guys know, and I'm so interested in the way the UK is doing real estate. So, Asha, welcome. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you for having me.
Yes, yes. Well, I'm really looking forward to this conversation. Welcome to Women with Vision podcast. So, now before we dive in, for everyone listening, give us your one line version of what you do and who you do it for.
So, I'm the founder of Inspire New Homes, and it's a consultancy based in the UK that helps large scale developers strategize their sales and marketing strategies. So, in fact, we're a consultancy that works with developers, making sure they're building the right product, that customer journey, everything that goes right into building a new home and making sure they're sold at the end.
I love that. Okay, now take me back to the beginning. What made you start Inspire New Homes?
What made me start? So I've been doing real estate for over 25 years. That was how my journey started. I didn't one day wake up and thought, oh my God, I want to go into real estate. It's just the way life planned for me. And I ended up doing sales. In the UK, we've got a different model to the USA. So in the UK, we don't do a brokerage service, but in order to start a career in sales in real estate, you kind of then start showing people homes and doing the sales, and then you climb a corporate ladder into leadership, and then you then become a director. So I then became a director at a real firm, estate firm called Savills, similar to a JLL and CBRE model in the US. Then an opportunity came to me with regards to setting up a consultancy. I didn't see it as a long-term strategy. It was a risk that I took, leaving a full-time job to then build my own business. I thought, I'll try. How do you know what's on the other side if you don't try? 6.5 years later, I'm still here. I love it. I have full autonomy. I meet some great clients. And the niche is going into organizations that don't have the expertise, that don't have the in-house sales team, that don't have the vision. So even though I'm going as a consultant, it's my business, I'm learning something every day and I'm meeting great people along that journey. So I absolutely love what I do. And I'm really grateful the opportunity came to me and I've been able to scale it up to the way I have.
That's amazing. 6.5 years. That's amazing. And when you look back at the first year versus today, what's the biggest things that has changed for you or changed in you?
I would say confidence. I wish I had the grit and the confidence I have now, I had then. The fact is, a lot of us, we have that imposter syndrome. We have like, oh my God, we can't do this. We're scared to take that risk. But I've always now believe, how do you know what's on the other side if you don't try? So for me, when I reflect back on that journey, I was happy being in a full-time job, getting my paycheck every month. I was comfortable. I was happy to work hard. But I even love what I do. I have more flexibility. I'm able to travel more and work and offer the best service. So when I look back, did I think I would be in a position I am now 6 years ago? No, I didn't think it. So now I'm so confident and so I believe in what I do and achieve that I want to do more now. So it's now that what does the next 5 years hold for me? So anyone out there that feels like, oh my God, I want something better, I want to do more, just do it because you just don't know. Just do it. Otherwise, you'll just sit back and regret it.
That is so true. What's a moment that you're genuinely proud of? One that you didn't see coming, when you started?
When I reflect back on my journey hasn't been the easiest journey. So I mean, in the UK, I'm a woman of color. I work in real estate. Real estate in the UK is a very white, male dominated sector. When I started my journey, I grew up in a rough rough social housing background, didn't have the academic, the education, wasn't a traditional mold. And some of the clients and people I work with, I was homeless at 16. When I look back now, I'm proud of what I've achieved. I'm proud that I can walk into rooms now and I feel like I belong. I remember first going to my first property award 10 years ago, and I felt like I don't belong here. I have nothing in common with anyone. I've got nothing to talk about. I don't talk like them. I don't look like them. Now I'm judging most of the prestigious property awards. So the fact is, I walked into a room and I've always told myself, why walk out of a room when you're already in that room? So it's about making sure that room works for you. So I'm proud of what I've achieved. I'm proud of how far I've come, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what the next part of the future holds. Because if I can get to this in 5 years, 6 years, what more can I achieve and do?
Exactly. Who's around you now? Like, walk me through your world, your team, the people who help you carry it.
Um, in real estate, I don't know how it is in the USA, but in the UK, it's all relationship. It's all based on the relationships you have, the contacts you have. And I've been very lucky in my career in setting up my business. I have got so much people that support me that want to help me win. So they could be working for, they could be a real estate agent, they could be a developer, they could be working for a developer. But because of the relationships I've built, I can lean on them. What do you think of this? What do you think of that? I've also built a system. So I'm a consultancy and we act as interims for clients, but I have real estate brokerage I go to. I have marketing creative agents I go to. So even though they're not directly employed under the Inspire model, they are people that I lean into and we work as a team. So we all help each other. So I know I have these sources of people that's going to help me deliver and achieve the targets I need to sell these new homes.
It's very similar. That's very similar. And real estate is all about the relationships you gain over the years. I was in real estate a long time, so it's very similar. I would say some of the things that you're explaining is a little different, in that in commercial real estate, they're owning the business, like in the CBRE model, as opposed to the consultancy. It would be all kind of wrapped up in the the big box model. But you've grown this to a real business. What are you best known for? Like the thing that clients come to you for especially or specifically?
Delivery. Like literally, they come to me because they know I'm going to deliver. So, and end day reputation is everything. As quick as you can get it, as quick as you can lose it all. One key mistake, you can lose it all. So I'm known for that person to basically get S done. So basically, people will come to me and people will come and know
I
that if
love
they've
that.
got a development that's struggling, they know that I'm going to come in and I'm going to find a way to get that sold. Or they know anything I say yes to is going to be delivered. Because for me, failure is not an option. I think once you've been at the
Yeah.
bottom, there's nowhere else to go. So for me, like there's nothing's impossible. You will find a way, you lean onto your resources, but there's always a solution for everything.
Always. I love that. I love that. I ask every woman on this show this same
Yeah.
question. And the answer is always tell the truth. Okay, so think about this. If you stepped away, now you're young, so I'm not saying that you would do this, but if you stepped away from your
I'm
business for
definitely
90
not young.
days, ah, girl, you look good. Don't you are young. If you stepped away from your business for 90 days, you had no other choice. You had to step away. They couldn't call you. They couldn't counsel with you. What would happen?
This is where I'm at the moment now. Basically, the thing that I've built is I've built a business based off me. So this is where I now need to stretch into with regards to making sure that business people want me. I can't be everywhere. And they buy into me as a person. So my niche is when I go into an organization, when someone meets me, because I kind of embed myself as part of that team, build that relationship, they don't want to let me go. So the issue is I've built a business model and I'm the face of it and people want me. So now I'm looking at options in scaling it up with having a team that's not based on me. So what one key thing that I can tell anyone is if you're building a business, avoid building that business and avoid being that face of that business. Because like you said, if I stepped away for 90 days, business would tick, but would it tick in the way that it's ticking when I'm there? My honest answer is no. So my key advice to anyone is make sure you build a business model and have that in your back of your head. If you stepped away for 90 days, would that business still run?
Well, this is one of the reasons why I love real estate. You're not doing anything wrong. You have the hustle and grind in you, and that's what got you to where you are. So you didn't do anything wrong starting that business, and I think that makes sense to start that way. But there does come a time, this is basically what I've been, the whole thesis of my book is there comes a time when hustle is a good start, but then you have to start redesigning the business. It's just a season now. It's time to redo it. And you wouldn't have gotten there without that hustle. You wouldn't have gotten there without that personality and that grind. And so I think it's a beautiful thing, and it's telling me exactly what you have done. What do you think is the thing that you have to touch? Like there's no way that someone else right now, like it has to land on your desk. There's no way anyone else could do it at this moment. What would you say that is?
I think multitasking the multiple clients. So literally, that's a skill set. I can literally, like, I go into client's office and I have two laptops with me, and literally, like, they laugh at me because I have two laptops and it's multitasking. So basically, every client's got their demands, and because we work to like sales is a very fast environment. Like you need to get sales in because the income needs to come in so they can redevelop, and it's having that skill set to multitask. But that's something I've learned along the way, how to multitask. Every client works to a different standard. So one client might do their reporting mechanism this way, another client might do it the other way. But I've nailed the art of the multitasking and meeting every client's expectations. And I think that's a skill set I've learned and developed. So if I weren't there,
Yes. So
could
I guess
someone do that for workers like me? No, because that's a skill set and
right,
you've got to learn
right.
it.
Yes, yes. What's the hardest part about where you are right now, though? The challenge that you're actually wrestling with.
I mean, in the UK, the market is tough. The UK, we've got a UK government that has obviously made a lot of tax implication changes to the real estate market. So it's a very challenging market. I mean, years ago, you would have it's an investor. All the investors internationally wanted to buy into the UK. Now they've increased stamp duty. So there's a term in the UK where you have to pay X amount of stamp duty on the purchase price of the property. There's more high rate taxes on buy to let properties in the UK. So it's not really an investor market anymore, and that makes it tough. There's all and mortgage rates have gone up now, and then you've got the president making awards and everything, which has affected the UK market. So literally, the UK market mortgage rates have risen. So I specialize in a lot in helping first-time buyers. I don't know how it is in the USA, but in the UK, the government are really focused on helping first-time buyers get on a property ladder. So we've got a scheme called shared ownership. So the government give you a percentage towards buying the first property, and then you pay rent on the remainder. So that's something that I really specialize in. And over my career, I've helped over 1,000 first-time buyers get onto that property ladder. So for me, it's rewarding. It's rewarding because literally I remember like handing over the keys, and the stories you can hear from a woman that's left a domestic relationship and starting again, and she's bought her first home with her child. I've met people in relationships that are living on their parents' sofas separately that have bought their home together and now they're moving together. So it's so lovely to be able to see a first-time buyer move into their home. In life, they say you have three milestones: buying your first home, getting married, and having your first child. So for me to work in something like that as part of someone's milestone, it's rewarding. It's such a nice feeling.
Yeah.
It feels a bit like your give back. But the market's tough, mortgage rates are high, inflation is increasing. So people are just struggling to buy at the moment, which is not helping the real estate market in the UK at the moment. So I feel like that is the biggest challenge at the moment. And it's thinking of innovative ways of working, how to do things different, how to compete with your develop and your competitors to make sure that you stand out ahead of someone else.
Yes, I think it's like that everywhere. In the US, it's probably, we're obviously feeling a lot of that pinch and a lot of different markets. And it's a funny time. If you
Yeah.
look forward though, what are you intentionally building over the next 3 years?
I want to scale up my business model. So, like I said, if 90 days I need to move, then my business runs and they can multitask like me. But what I really want to do, obviously, I'm doing sales and marketing, doing a real estate. I want to more go into aftercare. So in the UK, again, I don't know what it is like in the USA, but when you buy a new car, you know you're going to get a 3-year warranty on that car. So when you buy a new home now, you know you get a defect warranty. So anything that goes wrong in your property. So I want to expand the consultancy into offering that customer experience. So managing the aftercare process, managing the defect, doing a home demonstration with a buyer so that you can show them how things work, how the boiler works, how to turn on your tap, how to open your new home window, and just following that journey. It's all good selling a new home, but if you don't follow up that journey at the end, you then lose that customer. And they say a business isn't a business if you don't have retention. So it's about kind of following that journey from the beginning right through the end. So now I want to expand more into the aftercare, that customer experience. And I also want to get more into kind of asset and disposals. At the moment, so many clients sit on massive assets and they don't realize that they can kind of sell them assets, go take it to an auction, dispose of it, and generate more income into the business as well. So, kind of for me now, I'm at a stage where I've built a really nice business model, 6 years. Um, would I thought I would achieve that? No. Now I want to scale up. So now I'm at that stage of scaling up and seeing where that takes me, building a big team, and just looking back and feeling proud. Like, oh my God, this is what I've done. A woman of color navigated a male-dominated sector, and it's just something like yeah, it's just feel proud in myself.
Yeah, I love that. I love it. What does freedom look like to you? Now let me dive into this a little bit more because this is a nuance that I'm really exploring. There's freedom to, freedom to walk away, freedom from work. I mean, there's a lot of ways to look at freedom. So what would freedom actually look like to you?
I mean, I'm never going to be someone that don't work. I'm a routine person. Routine is so important for me. Freedom for me is knowing I'm financially secure. I'm a single mom. I've raised my daughter as a single mom. On my own as a woman, I want to know that I can go to bed and wake up and love do have a business that I love what I do, love the people I work with, love the results that it delivers, but knowing that I'm at a financially free stage. I can travel when I want. I can go to sleep without having to overthink and worry and carry that burden. So for me, I think that's freedom. I feel freedom is like, yeah, just not working. I would love to work, but just being able to be financially free, not having to stress, not having to worry, not worrying about when the next deal's coming because the deals are coming in. And there's a system in place where it just flows. It's like on an ecosystem and it just flows through and it's just run all smoothly, no stress.
Yes. So you are looking at building a business that could actually scale, um, work without you being there, but you will be there. Like you have the options to go out of town, be away, be there working, but it's set up correctly. Is that what you're saying?
Balance, balance.
Balance. Yeah,
Having the balance,
I love it.
having the balance and the peace. I think as you get older, peace is such a beautiful thing. And it's quite funny, the generation we're going into now, everything's about wellness now. Like, so all like women are really
Mhm.
looking after their health, into the matcha latte, the Pilates. I would love to be able to go to a Pilates session at lunchtime. At the moment,
Right,
no. I'm in the
right.
gym in the morning because I'm working, I'm doing meetings. So I would love to say to a girlfriend, oh, let's just go for a reformer Pilates session.
I love that. I love it. For the women that are listening, who's a few steps behind you, they're still in the hustle, they're doing it all themselves. What do you want her to know?
Don't give up, consistency. So literally be consistent with what you're doing. So have a consistent routine. And I've always said focus on that one thing. So whatever job you're in or what you're doing, yes, it's about taking that risk, but become good at one thing. Someone gave me a really good a career advice really on early in my journey. So if you work in whatever sector you're working in, if you keep changing, so one day you're a teacher, then I don't know, a month later you're working in real estate, then you go into law, you're always going to start at that bottom of that sector. So basically, whatever field you're working in, stay in that field, but become so great and knowledgeable in that field that you climb that ladder and then you become a leader in that ladder, because then it's easier to progress, because then you become great at what you're doing instead of being a jack of all trade. So just focus on that one thing and become so good and confident at it, climb into that leadership role, make the money and have the freedom.
I love it. What would you have done differently or sooner?
My work ethic. I wish I had the work ethic I've got now in my 20s. So, I mean, I worked when I was 16 years old, but when I was in my 20s, I worked at a place where I just worked because I was homeless at 16. I had my own apartment at 17. So I was paying bills from the age of 17. So in my 20s, I worked, which was great because I still had a job and I still turned up every day. But it was literally 5 o'clock, switch off, go and have fun, pay my bills. So I was very comfortable. And I think after I had my daughter, I then had this fire in me to work hard. And then now my way of thinking, my entrepreneurial, the drive I have now, I wish I had that work ethic in my 20s, because I would have been far more successful in my 20s. So any young audiences, literally wake up, give your all at work, have a great routine and push yourself, because it will pay off.
Yes, absolutely. Where can people find you, Aisha? Where can they support what you're doing, what you're building? I know I found you, but how can everybody else find you?
Um, Find me on LinkedIn. So ASHA, surname AGARWAL. My Instagram is the same name. My website is www.inspirenewhomes.co.uk. Reach out if you want a bit of advice, if you really are stuck, or if you want to leave your full-time job and want to understand how do you take that risk, how do you bet on yourself, then reach out. I'm more than happy to support. It's all about kind of, I've had great mentors, I've had great coaches in my career as well. And that's one thing I suggest as well. You might think you don't need it, but different people will give you a different way of looking at life. And it could be that one thing, that one advice that would change your whole life. So if you are feeling lost, or get a mentor, the best advice I can give you.
Yes, I love that. Oh my gosh, Aisha, thank you so much. This has been exactly the kind of conversation this show is all about. You're doing important work. I really appreciate everything you're doing. And if you want to find her, please check her out. And I'll put her information into the show notes. Thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing you. What did you say?
Thank you for having me. It's been great.
Yes, I'm so glad you were here. I'll talk to you soon.